We had short discussion also as to about this program and what kind of they are planning out for you. And this one then I think because that time also I was busy in my office and everything, so I could get something out whether that's what they are planning to do and everything. But I couldn't get much clarity as to what is the objective of this school. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to understand from you that what is it that you are going to do in this about another 5-6 days that you are going to work here?
20 days.
20 days. Okay, so what is it that the objective of this program and what is it that you are expecting to learn from this program? As what also, of course, I am a product designer. Okay, and I work also with so many different industries and scrap sectors and all that. And as a teacher, we keep interacting with all the students and me. And one kind of interesting aspect about NIT, unlike I think all of you are from schools or engineering colleges? Colleges. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. I did my engineering from this NIT, Surat. And then I did post-graduation from NIT. When I did this engineering, I had this entire idea that engineering or school, the best thing is you don't have to do anything. Teachers have to anyway clear you and put you into nests. Right? Because if they fail you, right? Okay, is it correct? Because if they fail you, for example, if there are 3 classes in 1 year, if the one class is failed, means one teacher they have to remove. Right? Because that's a ratio that they keep. Which means that we kind of have to work out in a way that we don't go below that one class. If there are 200 students, if we are above 80, it's okay. So all the learning in my school and college was something that as if I was kind of obliging this engineering college so that that fellow can get his earnings. I mean, he has his job and everything. So that's what normally happened. And then that's the reason why I came to NIT. I said, okay, it's good. Okay, fine. I mean, I already obliged so many kind of professors in engineering college. Let me continue for another 2.5 years and this one. But when I came to NIT, then suddenly things had changed. What they said, there are no exams. There are no classes. You do whatever you do. We will clear you only when we feel that it is up to the certain level. It's a maybe 2 weeks course. You take 2 years. You take 5 years. It's up to you. Whatever. You want to study, study. You don't want to study, don't study. Whenever you feel like studying, come here. And just do it. So suddenly things have changed. And everything became our own responsibility. But that became more interesting. More interesting in the sense, while there are no classes and everything, but every day becomes new learning for us. We are responsible for what we are doing every day. And also the best thing that happens is if you see in a colleges, there's only one test paper that comes. Everybody has to write the same paper. Somebody get A, somebody get B, and everything. Here, the question paper is flexible. For one boy, it's a different paper because that fellow is coming from different background. Another boy is little weak, is a different. Okay. Somebody who is very strong, question paper is very tight. Okay, even the grading is very tight. Somebody is little weak, but is improving, then it's good. So life, mostly, is all about our own learning. And we only as students try and kind of judge yourself from what you were, maybe 2 weeks back, or what you were 1 year back, and then you move further. That's what kind of a sudden change that when I learned, okay, at NIT, that happened, and then that's what then probably we have been doing for this one, and this is what we wanted to do it now also. So that's the reason why I wanted to understand from you that what is it that you are trying to do. You did some very interesting kind of also this study. There's some interesting study. One kind of also, I think you must have heard of this story at your kind of also, maybe parents might have told you a story about the father kind of who is in his last kind of days and this one. So he said that whom should I give my wealth? He has 3 sons. Whether this I should give the wealth to one, first one, second one, third one. So he wanted to test it out. So he told the first son, and he said that on the mountain there are a few kittens. Go and find out how many are there. So he came back. and said there are 5 kittens there. So okay, fine. He called second one. He asked them, okay, go find out about these kittens and everything. So second one went and said there are 5 kittens, 3 of them are of this color, 2 of them are of this color. Third one went, he came back and found out that yes, there are 5 kittens, 1 kitten has this problem, another one has this problem, third one has this problem, fourth, these are of this color, these are of this thing, everything detailed we found out. So the idea is, while one can go to one place, observe and only come out with a small information, somebody can go and collect a lot of information also. So it all depends on us as to what is it that we want to find out and what is it that we want to get from there. Okay. Whole idea also, and that's what also I discussed with you, which is interesting here. There are 2 things which I was reading and somebody also mentioned about it. That why did you go to these places? Why did you select only these places and not in around this campus? Why did you go there? Somebody went to Berhampura, somebody went to Tindarwaja, somebody went to Baraj, Visala. Why did you have to go to Visala and Baraj and these places? And not maybe here around SEP campus or this university campus or IIM? What was the reason? Which one? This area is a privileged area, while this is not so privileged area. Okay, so why did you have to take up something which is not so privileged?
To get the real information about the grassroots level.
So we get found so many problems there.
Right. Okay. So I mean, one of this one is that yes, we find so many problems and everything. Okay, but why do you want to find so many problems?
So that we can find a solution where there is a problem, there is an opportunity, and even we can use an opportunity to find a solution for that. We can build a product and can help them.
Right. So that we can find solution and we can help them. Right? Okay, that's one very important aspect, that we went there to find problems so that we can create solutions and we can help them because they don't know how to solve their problems. Is that the kind of the main purpose? That no, they don't know how to solve their problem. We are the one who know everything because we are from privileged background. So we know how to solve them. They are from a kind of a less privileged to this one, so they don't know how to solve their problem. Is that the kind of a idea?
No, it's not me. They know that, but it's all about like they have some information, we can use our technical knowledge. If they don't have technical knowledge, or if they have some idea, they are not able to implement, we can help them. Integrating their thoughts and our thoughts and our knowledge about whatever the solution.
Yes, that's the important aspect. See, one very important aspect in creativity, what comes out also, and normally the way that we study, we have learned also in school also, at our home also, and it creates a lot of biases within us all the time. And creativity, one very critical kind of a hindrances in creativity is that these biases. If you really want to become creative, we have to remove all the bias. And the bias starts from this one is that we are privileged, these are unprivileged. This is a slum area, this is a better area. There is nothing like slums. Where is slum? And what do we mean by slums? And yes, there are different kind of a context. People living in this area, there are other people who are living in another area. Probably what we see as a slum over there, I'm sure Americans would see us as slums, right? Okay. Same, if you can look at it from that perspective. So in a life, what happens is that every kind of a situation, one very important aspect that happens is that creativity demands that we have to remove all the biases. And the biases starts from this one is privileged, unprivileged, we know better than they know each and everything. We are technical people, they are non-technical people. They have less money, we have more money. Right? We want to find out problems and we want to help them. In fact, if you see it, probably they, from what you have kind of shown and presented, they have helped you a lot more than probably you will help them. By kind of also giving you as to how resources, even the limited resources, can be used so creatively. So that's one very important aspect that we have to understand and learn in kind of life. That's the reason why in design, what is most important thing? if you want to move further and everything, is, and what is required is humility. It's a respect. Right? We are going out not to help somebody else, but to enrich ourselves, to make new friends. Because life is, why do we kind of, even in engineering also, or in school also, you move from one standard to another standard to third standard and see, why do you have to move further? Because you want to learn, right? You want to enrich ourselves. There are some formal way of kind of also enrichment, and that's another major problem, which most of the developing countries are fighting with developed countries. That how do you say that only those people who have degrees, they are well qualified? Okay, here, I mean, if in Canada, most of the time Indians, I don't know whether you know about it also, that normally it used to come, okay, and people in developed countries, they will say, oh, in your country, women, they don't do anything. They are not earning members. Right? Okay, while there, kind of in developed countries, everybody wants, kind of also work, they make money also, they go out, and here, even women, they do household work, like cooking. Okay? If you start putting their money, for the cooking and everything, there's so much kind of, they also will be earning, right? Unlike that other places where you have to, for cooking, you have to get somebody else, or you have to buy, you have to go to restaurant, buy your meals and everything. Here you are getting your meal at home itself. That itself is a kind of earning itself. So it all depends upon how we look at things. Okay. And that's very important aspect that we need to open up. Okay. Create that humility, create that sensitivity. Life is all about, in fact, just I think 2 days back I was putting one of the quote, very interesting quote, is that you live your life through your hands, not through your mind, or not through your eyes. More experience that you gain, and the experience can only happen through hands-on work. What you have learned by going to that place, I am sure you will remember for many years of your life, then probably what chapter that you have learned in your 7th standard or 8th standard of maybe physics or chemistry or science. You will say hands-on work. You have actually been part of it. So what is important in life and what helps you in life is the experiment and experiences that you gain. And that's what something which you have to gain from here. And that's what you have to try and get it over here. Another important aspect also that comes out, which I think I was looking at, that yes, there are poor people who don't help them, nothing. That's one aspect, I think. But also important aspect is that you have to find problems. In fact, in life, there are not kind of problems. I'm sure, I don't know whether you have asked them that what problems do you have? Have you asked any of them?
Yes.
And what did they tell you?
So they said that we don't have any problem, like we are habituated to that.
Right? Okay. Most of the time, because we give this exercise to all our students, okay, even kind of at NIT also, and first kind of also year students, 100 of them, they go out and then first day, then they came out, or they come back. Oh sir, we didn't find any problems. Then we asked them, why? No, we asked them, that what problem do you have? They say, no, we are happy. Right? We don't have kind of any problems or anything. What we have to learn from them is that yes, you can be happy at that level also. And we don't require some kind of also mobile phone or vehicle or this or that and everything. And that's also another important kind of learning that you can. And that's also life. But important aspect is that there are two ways to look at things. Just to give you a kind of as a kind of a story about it is that two businessmen from India went to one of the kind of African country where they were not using any footwear for many years. So many years and this and everything. So both of them landed at the same time. Then they said, yes, let's explore this country for 15 days and we'll come back and we'll meet. So both of them went to different directions, looked at things and everything and came back after this. One fellow said, oh God, nothing can happen. Because nobody wears footwear here. How can we start this business? We can't start this business. Another fellow said, oh, great opportunity. So far, nobody has been wearing footwear here. So, there is a problem is in our mind. What is available outside is the opportunities. What we look for opportunities. But more than opportunities, what is most important aspect first is to understand the place. And how do we understand the place? not by visiting them. Right? Okay, because we can go there just as a one day and say, आप दिखाइए, आपका प्रॉब्लम दिखाइए, थोड़ा बाहर से हमें थोड़ा देखने दो, क्या है? And आपको 2 दिन में हम सोल्व कर देंगे आपका प्रॉब्लम। उस तरह से वो काम नहीं होता है। We need to be part of that life. Today, Unilever, okay, lot of large companies, and they have thousands of crores of business. They have the research team and designers, special designers, whom they have trained to live in that small village or this locality where you went there. Those who are making rooms and everything, not for maybe 2 days or 3 days, but 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. They are anthropologists to really understand as to what it is and how you can do it. Then if you become part of it, like one of the very important only, I could see it only from one kind of a presentation. I think this, okay, so you mentioned, I think, what is important is that we went there, and I think today's time, we can't say that I went and I met the person and this and that. And you, like the way I am a person, that person also is a person. Right? Okay, always kind of call them by name. I met so and so. So interesting. Right? Okay. Maybe you met Hemant or this one and Hemant, because individual, they all have their own identity. They all have their own way of working. The whole challenge for us is that we go there to make friends. We go there with understanding that and one very important aspect, particularly all over the world, other countries, they respect India, mainly because in India, there is nothing like poor. Because even the poor, they enjoy much better life than probably also kind of higher income group people. They also, the main reason being that there are so many sectors. And even poor also, there is a medium income, lower middle, okay, low, and it's such a large sector. Poor also, their community is so large that they have their own life, right? And then they keep on enjoying everything. In fact, at my home, even today also, my wife was saying, and we were discussing, I have this maid who comes every day, anything. And today she didn't come. And yesterday only she told us that no, she's not going to come. So we were saying that every month, I don't know whether you know about your home, that how your mother struggles to kind of also deal with maids. Every 3 days or 5 days, she says she won't come. And have you seen how does your mother react when she doesn't come? How does your mother react? Tell us. Anybody? You have experience? Have you kind of really observed how your mother reacts? आज तो मैं उससे बोल दूंगी, कल से नहीं आना तो नहीं मत आओ, ठीक है? नहीं चाहिए, ये जो मुझे बता के जाना चाहिए ना आपको. Do they react like that? हाँ? Or when she comes, how does she react? हाँ मुझे पता था नहीं आपके घर में कुछ काम होगा, कोई बात नहीं, हाँ कोई बात नहीं. Does it happen like that? Does she say नहीं कल से मत आना? Does she say like that or say नहीं right? Mother also says to your father, अगर आप नहीं हैं तो चल जाएगा, लेकिन अगर maid नहीं आएगा ये नहीं चलेगा. But then the maid also you are discussing. In fact, because the maid has to today she has to go to some kind of marriage she is attending. Tomorrow she is going to some also temple and thing. They also enjoy life much more than probably we sometimes feel that because we are doing job or we are in school, we can take out leave. Right? Okay, but they can go at any time. Okay. So they also enjoy life. It's enjoying life has nothing to do with your resources or your kind of what level that you are sitting. Okay. And at the same time, finding it problematic that somebody who is with much kind of more kind of a rich person also will find problems and everything. So what is important is that we have to look, how do we look at life? How do we look at other persons, other people? I don't know whether have you ever met, I mean in fact we do a lot of this exercise. First day that we, because like all of you also at IIT also nowadays people come, okay, most students come with a fairly kind of a high income group background and everything. And I don't know now whether you are exposed to that or not. But our students also, they are not exposed much. Right? We get stories also and they tell us experiences also. Okay, वो NID के बाहर वो जो है वो that fruit seller who sells banana, somebody buys banana, 3 banana at 60 rupees. उसने वो जो है that fellow had said 16 rupees and this girl paid 60 rupees. Because even at young age doesn't even know whether the banana cost 10 rupees or 20 rupees or 40 rupees that he said. I don't get this. So of course you require that exposure. That's what is most important. And more exposure that we gain, we enrich our life. And so the whole aspect about this one is that first, before we help somebody, we want to help us and ourselves. We want to enrich our life. And that's the kind of as an exercise that we want to do it now, is that we take up the same exercise that you started, but create it more rich, visual. But now, good part about design also and doing this kind of a small group exercise, I don't know if you have observed all the 5, 6 presentations. Each one of you had different things identified. Somebody looked at it more towards material aspects. Somebody looked at things more in the kind of people contact kind of thing. Somebody made a presentation more in a story format, which was more interesting. And somebody identified some issues with tools and equipments. So, in design, like in life also, we learn from each other. And then as the next stage, we again use that thing. And we can also make it further kind of a rich presentations and everything. That's what we will do it. But important aspect about this one is also yes, and the reason why all of you are here is also, in fact, in NID, we have after 12, when the student comes, we have about 100 students who join NID and everything, and most of kind of also we rely a lot on visiting faculties. And visiting faculties comes from all over the world. Also CEO of the company, they also come as a visiting faculty. But most of them, they want to work with what we call it as foundation students, young students. Okay. They said, no, we don't want to work with kind of senior students. Senior students you teach, we want to work with these young students. Why? Because young students are more creative. They can come up with lot many different ideas and everything. And the same ideas can be taken up further. Right? Okay, the CEO of the company's small idea can be taken up and used. I don't know whether you know about it, and you can look at even on Google also, there's a Frugal Innovation, one of the few, I think 2 or 3 Indian scientists who have written a book on Frugal Innovation. That how these innovations are useful not as innovations, but as a case study of how Pepsi, as a large organization, they can learn from what these broom makers are doing here. And how you can utilize their learning over there. But what is most important is when we go out and observe. I don't know whether you have seen any kind of a young kid, 6 months old or maybe year-old kid. Have you ever kind of observed that kid? Everywhere that the boy, you take that boy or girl anywhere and looks at everything with so much. This one will do like this also and do like this also. If you use the chair, how will you sit? You will sit on the chair. That young kid can sit under that also. And over that also can put it upside down also and sit. Why? Because we have that fixed mindset that the chair means you can only sit there. But the kid doesn't have any kind of this. So that you can observe from all the sides, from all the different perspectives. Every situation has different perspectives. We have the story like blind, 6 blind men and an elephant, you know about it, right? Okay. So we are more like blind people. In fact, I tell most of the students at foundation and this one that in life you will find that 80% of people are blind and deaf. They want to see what they want. They will see only what they want to see. They don't see actually what is there. So all of you could take out things from the place because you have that biased and fixed thinking. And that's what, and if you can go back to that place and think, you will find that no, the actual kind of objective may be something completely different. And that very interesting thing also came out, I think, what presentation how the kind of resources are used, right, to exchange things. Water is bought from this or this, or how something else is used here. Right? So it's not only about products. There are innovation doesn't happen only at a product level. Innovation also happens at social level also, right? At a society level also. There is one group of people who work in a different way. There are another group of people who work in a different way. And that's something which is a richness of Indian culture. That we don't have to have only those products. We are not product-oriented people. That at the end of every day, if I need a meal, I have to go to some kind of a restaurant and buy the meal and say that yes, I am earning and paying 10 rupees. Here, there are so many different ways. You go up to somebody else and that fellow will give you meal and provide it. And all the time at NID, on our kind of also world outside are these people who are living and staying and everything. And all the time our students, when they pass through it for going to their hostel or mess, they say this, because the smell that you get evening and morning from the kind of the kitchen is so rich, and in mess you don't get that food. Yes, all the time you say, yaar, ye khana chahiye. Because that's how they also work and they also use it. So important thing is when you observe, when you look at this one, we can kind of find so many new things out there. Another important aspect, that is what we want to do it is, yes, fine. Finally, we have identified opportunities. In life, what happens, and the also interesting and important aspect is that there are two parts of any problem that you take up. And finally, you have a problem and you develop a solution. Right? But the problem can be hundreds of problems. In the morning, you get up and then you have to decide what shirt I should wear today. And for this conference, and or this workshop, that also is a problem. And how do you select it? How do you kind of also tell us in the morning when you got up, okay, and you had kind of used today this t-shirt or something, why did you use only this t-shirt or this shirt? And how did you decide on that? See, one important aspect, if you want to be a designer and you can also solve problems with it, one very important aspect about designer is that we ask many questions. Right? Also, and one strength we always tell our students that one strength of a designer is that designer can even ask stupid questions. Lot of time we feel, and people feel that no, it's a stupid question, but the stupid question can bring out lot of new insights. So design can only, one can kind of develop something only if we become a lot more interactive. Right? Okay. And also in life and in design, if we have kind of made the drawing, right? All of you have made the drawings and everything. What happens in kind of this kind of exercise is that only if you make the drawing and you put it on the board, then some feedback happens. And then only you can move to next stage. Then only, again you put it up, then somebody gives you feedback. Then you can move to next stage. Unlike our kind of learning in maths and science and everything, where you can go to the teacher and say that this problem, I don't know how to solve the problem, and teacher can tell you this way. In art and design, your drawing or anything that you take it up, it can only be improved by 5%, 7%, 2% at a time. It cannot be improved 100% at a time. That somebody can see you use this color like this way and it will be sold. Right? The drawing that you have made, make it like this one and it will come out. It can only be kind of developed through collaborative, interactivity. So what is most important, the reason why I am trying to ask you questions is because I want all of you also to kind of start talking, right, and start discussing things. Then only things will emerge, things will come out. Important aspect is that whether you have decided, found out, okay, and see that you should wear this shirt or this one, based on certain decisions that you do. Right? That I have brought only 4 shirts. I should use this one on Wednesday and I should use this on this one because of this part or this, or this is the first day I will be meeting my friends for the first time, so there has to be first impression. Right? That's the reason why I am using it today. Right? That's how it happens. Okay. So at every decision and every solution, there are certain processes that are going. Whether it's a conscious level or unconscious level. But that decision of which shirt or which pair of clothes that you have decided today, it's not such a risky decision. But if somebody has to develop, let's say, a huge, maybe either television, right? Okay, an industry, or like a Nokia, they have to make a new mobile phone, and they have to bring out in the market, and you take a decision that I should bring out a phone which is red in color, and if market doesn't like, then your huge investment goes as waste, right? It's a crores of rupees of investment that goes as waste. So you require a very systematic process to arrive at this decision. Why is this decision important? So what is important part is that what is the systematic process? That is what we want to understand. That is what we need to learn. But challenge is also that when we collected all this information, when all of you collected information, you could identify a problem. But identifying a problem is only one part of solving the problem. Identifying a problem is very easy. But creating a solution is the most difficult thing. What is called as the analytical aspect and synthesis aspect. There are two parts of the entire process. We are only now you are dealing with only analysis aspect, which is very easy aspect. Because still there are information in front of you. But solution require creativity. We know the problems. We know all the problems that these people also have got problems with, but doesn't mean that their solution exists. Or doesn't mean that the solution will be such that they will be able to use it. That's where the main challenge lies. So every kind of situation has analytical aspect and synthesis aspect. And we also need to learn about synthesis aspect. I think your third or fourth days or somewhere I think later on, you will also be dealing with synthesis aspect. Okay, of that part and everything. As of now, an important aspect also that can we get as much information as possible. And another interesting aspect, for example, if you see this one, that suddenly you go in a restaurant or outside on daba or lari or anything, and you have some vada pav or breakfast and thing, you would have seen that earlier he was selling it 10 rupees, now suddenly he has increased 15 rupees. Why has he increased the cost to 15 rupees? His labor is same, he is making it at the same rate and everything. So then why do that fellow increase the cost?
The resources value has gone up.
Why has the resources value gone up?
Need.
Okay, so one is the need, right? So instead of 20 people who were going there, now there are 40 people who are going there. But that means that you are selling more. So actually the cost should reduce. You are selling 10 pieces instead of that you are selling 20 pieces. So why is he increasing the cost?
Competition.
Competition is one. Efforts another one. Then opportunity then, yes, correct. But I think you would have seen last 3-4 days, it was started coming in newspaper that the cost of certain items is likely to increase because of certain reasons. What are the reasons? Service tax, right? Who increased the service tax? Government. So what has service tax to do with this vada pav or fellow who is selling vada pav?
The raw material which he has to buy, maybe some of them are related to...
Correct, right? Because certain materials that he has to buy, the cost would increase because government has increased the service tax. So the very interesting aspect in all this one, when you went to see this place, is that what is seen as an apparent issue is not actually the main reason for it. The reasons for might be something completely different. And as a designer, we have to understand this one. That is that the reason that fellow is sleeping on the road? Is it because he is poor? Or he doesn't have money? Lot of time. In fact, one of my relatives always used to tell me that if a thief who maybe steals 100 rupees, we catch them and maybe we beat them and do all this thing happen. But there are somebody who is through legal form, chartered accountants and everything, they take out money and everything. They are called as consultants. So it's all depend upon how we treat them. Right? Okay. So it's all depends upon what is it that we see. and what kind of we find out this one. So a lot of time what happens is, I am sure that if you have kind of read about it, I think you know, and which is what also I think some of you mentioned also, that this fellow, to get 1 quart of water, probably has to kind of put in more efforts than what we are putting in. But we say that no, they are paying more for water than probably you are paying. Right? And if you want to take a problem, then we say, उनके पास वहाँ पर नल नहीं है. Right? Okay, they don't have tap, or they don't have. Is that the problem? But the problem is somewhere different. So our main role in today's thing is to go up to the root of the problem. What is actually the problem? So in creativity, one very important aspect about creativity is that if you quickly jump to the solution, we can't arrive at a solution, right solution. So what we call it in creativity is what is called as a suspended judgment. When we are in the kind of a process of identifying the problems or opportunities, that time we only kind of look at and collect information. We don't start finding out solutions because we know that yes, there are ways to find solutions. So today what we want to do is, and what this process, so my kind of a assurance that even though I think as a next stage is energy, but other faculty members will be coming in, is that whatever opportunity that you will identify, there will always be a solution. And within this 20 days time, you will be able to identify a solution. But today is not the time to start looking at solution. Because our mind is such, and if you are again, because in fact, we all should be kind of interested in looking at human psychology. You should start thinking about that, how am I reacting? Have you seen this one? And I don't know whether kind of a very honestly, you think about yourself and talk about yourself, then you will find that you got into argument with somebody and you knew that I am wrong, but still you continue with that argument. Right? You never said, no, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Finally, either it didn't reach to any conclusion, right? Or you proved that I am right. So the argument or opinion or what we fix in our mind is something that whole of that time or process, you only kind of put in efforts to convince others that I am right. So if you get into solution, all your time goes into saying that no, I was right. This is the only solution that exists. But life outside doesn't take that solution. Right? And they will immediately say, no, it's not correct. So what is important is, as of now, we need to collect information. When we collect information, what we have seen on the first day may be completely wrong. And because that was our first impression. There is one very important aspect that we need to understand between impression and opinions. Right? And what is the facts? There are hundreds of studies that have happened, in fact IIT Delhi, and they have done that the impression, 80% of time, the impression is completely opposite of the reality. And what we have the impression or what we kind of, what we see it also, because there are also on a secondary kind of information that we collect information. So what is important is that before saying something or before putting in something on the paper, we need to again recheck. We have to ask, okay, it's again like the perception. That one fellow has said something doesn't mean that no, this is what is everything. We can ask somebody else also. We can check out with somebody else also. So the first level of your information collection is that yes, you have observed, you have brought up. But from there, put down everything, check it out with somebody else, and then checking out with somebody else. There are not many different ways to check out. You can go and ask somebody else also. You can look at online also. There could be what we call it as secondary research that happen. Lot of things is already written on paper. Okay, that also you can collect. And that's what we start putting it up. Main challenge also today is that we can collect all the information and make presentation, like slide presentation. That this is about so and so. The next slide is about so and so. Third slide is about so and so, or this, okay. My first slide is about this map. Second slide is about persons. Third slide, that will. What is most difficult is that I want only one slide, where everything should be there. Instead of a slide, we are going to use sheet of papers. Right? All the information that you have, all of them should be there. Right? So what we are looking at is this map that you have drawn, make it as rich as possible. Where all the people are there, right? All the information is there. If you have seen this there, earlier there used to be what is called as a miniature painting. Right? Miniature painting from a distance, it looks very interesting. It gives you a holistic picture. You go inside it, you will find all the details of it. We want to create that kind of miniature painting of your information, rich information, where all the information is there on one slide. Why do we require this all the information only on one sheet of paper? Is to know that the price has increased not because that fellow had problem, but because government has increased the service tax. That can come out only if you have all the information on one page. Which by saying that this person is staying here and he is going to this industry to get the water, and this industry has this one and everything, and this is how it is connected. So we can understand how much he has to walk and how much they have to do it. Okay? You also start and finding out and start putting down that what is the kind of also distance between maybe two places. Which direction is this locality placed? And which side is the north side for this? Right? Okay. So we'll just another 5 minutes, and then probably we'll break for tea, and then you can continue with this. Okay. So what we want to do is, and also another important aspect that I want to tell you is to create a rich map. You don't need to learn a good drawing. The drawing that you used is good enough. Some of you have photographs, which also can be used. You can take out. There are a lot of also somewhere old newspaper that you will find. Some information might be there. Somewhere some old magazines. Somewhere that you can find it out also. Cut it out and put it there. Somewhere postage that you can use it. But we should start putting it out. Okay. So what we do is that with this kind of as a background, we will break for this one. After that, the first 15 minutes, what all of you are going to do is all you in your groups, you will do a brainstorming. What is brainstorming? You take a post-it sheets that will be given. Each one of you will start writing down whatever comes to your mind related to the area that you have visited. Whatever that comes to you. Right? You can say film also, this and this. All of them you write it down. Right? After that, once after 10 minutes, then start categorizing. Start putting them all together. And then start seeing, looking at this one, that this new information, where can you place them? Right? Okay. And then try and find out that how do you then now kind of put it in large chart. Are all of you are staying somewhere close by here only?
Yes, sir. Just staying nearly.
The reason being, and the reason why I asked you was that we at NIT, we have a habit that we give this exercise that you have to do it overnight. So the next day morning you can bring it. So today what we will start, and you continue this one, create a very kind of a rich visual, will be here, and tomorrow you should be able to show it. So that will anyway bring out lot many opportunities. But don't worry about it today. Where are the opportunities? What are the problems? Something? No. Whatever, the whole idea about this one is that put up a chart here. We normally do it, okay, and I give also everything. Make it as an exhibition. Exhibition from outside world. Now the kind of difference between exhibition and the presentation is that presentation, you have to talk about it. Right? And only when you are there, somebody can know about it. Exhibition is something where even if you are not there, what you want to convey has to be conveyed. So we want to create that chart. Right? Listen to that. Okay. That will create also linkages. So from there, other can think about something else. But what we are expecting is that within about 10 minutes, at least 200 words from each of your groups should come out related to the area that you have visited. Right? After that, then I will tell you what is the next step. now listen everybody, when we write it down the words, we don't discuss, we don't reject anything, right? We don't make any judgments. Whatever that comes in your mind, start writing it down, right? If government or any this thing that comes in your mind, or Shahrukh Khan or this, whoever, whatever comes in your mind, start putting it down.
Because the idea of brainstorming is to get creative flow of ideas. So there's no such thing as a bad idea at this stage.
As a first level, you take it out. Maybe you can put it into the smallest one, and then create a hierarchy. Right. Which is the category which is closest to that problem area? Which is the category which is linked to this category? Right. You will be able to create linkage. Once you create this one, then again start taking out these words and then start putting them down along with the category. So then you will be able to create a large. Here itself, if you see there are a number of good examples like this chart, there is somewhere this kind of mind map that is created. Earlier somebody has created a mind map. Right, okay, mapping that they have done anything. If you see there's so much of visuals, so many different cutouts that you can use it, some kind of sort of titles that you can use it, and the map that you created in the earlier session, all that has to be now combined. Now the combined combinations should be such that the map, in that you have shown some places and everything. The places, what are problems that you have categorized here, that should also come there. Now that means that your one sheet of paper will not be sufficient. Since I think the time that we started our discussion, I think I've been talking about more of a bias and a fixed mindset. The bias also comes from the fact this one that no, we have only this size of paper. So and we have to put everything on this size of paper. We can expand anything. So what we have to do is that take this paper, you can link it with this one. On the back side you can put cellotape. If you have to move to this side, put it here, create paper, right? This one. So this itself you can start expanding it. But what we have to see is that accurate, and you can continue your work also till little late and everything. Complete this exercise, whereby all the connections that you want to see, connections in the sense that we have been talking about that they don't get water. Why are they not getting water? What is municipality doing for them? All that should be explained to the chart itself. I don't see much of the government and policy and this one. That also should be part of it. And a lot of things are happening because of government. You should also kind of look at this one is that should the categories be little more creative categories? Because there are some of you have only gone to only 5 or 6 families where there are only about 5 families. So why should the categories be infrastructure and places and everything? Category could be one family named this. This is second family, third family. How are they living? Only that is what we see. Right? So try and talk and discuss about how can we have more creative categorization. Otherwise, what happens in design? One very important aspect in design is that you do all the work and everything, and finally your solution is somewhere they say, oh, उसमें क्या है, नया क्या है, ये तो हम करते ही हैं. Then it gets problem. So in design, the process is very important, and within that process, we should not take any shortcuts. There we have to always try and look at it, that how creative kind of a categorization, creative process that we take. Right? Here, your kind of a challenge, there are two challenges for you. One is the reason why you have been taken to these places. You know why you have been taken to these places? I don't know whether they kind of know about this, but we keep taking our students to all these places also. Or we keep asking the student that you work with Chaiwala or maybe this language people. Why? Because it's very easy to go and meet with them. Right? Talk to them. They will give you all the information. If you go to large industry, nobody will give you information. You won't even learn anything. So which means when they have given you so much information, it becomes now your obligation that you give back something at the end of this workshop to them. Right? No, there's something that you can go and show it to them and tell them that thank you for giving us this information that has helped us to do this one. Why don't you try it out? Must take up that as a challenge. At the end of, and that requires that you may have to stretch your efforts. Right? Okay. Your fixed timings and everything may not be enough, anything. Somewhere you stretch your efforts, somewhere whenever you are kind of clear and everything, then you are little comfortable. But normal, this one is initial part in this kind of exercise always starts with confusion. The moment you arrive, as since I think in my beginning I have been telling you, the moment you arrive at a problem and solution, which means that your solution will not be good enough or will not be creative for this. Right? Okay. That requires that you keep on thinking about, discussing about it. There are also problems about what we are discussing, that one word can go into so many categories, different categories. No, that is where you have to discuss and then fight it out among your team and say that no, it should be there only. And somebody said no, it should be there, and then decide. This is what it is. Somebody also asked me that question, I think after the session got over, that what was the question?
I mean, if the people are happy with the present solution, then why do we need to have this innovation?
That something is a very important kind of a question. Lot of time, just because we want to show off, we create new solutions and we push solutions to them. And there are a lot of issues that has happened, particularly because these people, they are also at a lower kind of a income background also, and so they take your solution, but at a later stage they should more focus. So it should not happen something that you are creating something and at a later stage it creates more problem. That is one. Second aspect is that solutions, because there is always a scope to improve the comfort level, the quality of life of people. One very important aspect about design is that design talks about people. Design doesn't talk about technology. Right? Design doesn't talk about machine. Design talks about people. Design talk about, and their focus is on improving the quality of life of these people. It's not something that no, this is a machine that you have developed and now you have to use it. Or we are kind of bringing out this machine and somebody has to use it. We have to find out that how will it help them improve their quality of life in terms of maybe their efforts will reduce, the burden on them can be reduced, then and then only the solution is one. And this is what is most challenging. And the best part about these problems and this kind of exercises, initially when you start, it looks very easy. Yes, I can do it within a daytime. Okay, I can do it. But when these kind of questions and everything starts coming in, if you go to them and show it to them and they say no, we can't use it. Or if they use it for 5 days and something exact something, but still you say that no, we will take it further, then it becomes more challenging. Otherwise, just to create a solution on paper and say that no, we have created this one, that's of not much use. And it won't be successful also. That's why I think, and also important thing, which is what we are discussing, is that the reason why we are putting up on the board is that all of you, even though somewhere you will find that it's very limited work, somewhere there is more work, but all of you have some unique aspect of this work. You should learn from each other and use it. Right? The best part, other than kind of compared to what you have studied in school and everything, where everybody keeps it very secret. And this one. Here, all of you learn from each other. And then learning from each other helps everybody. And that's how we move forward. So what we are expecting is that somewhere that unique aspect of somebody else that we use. But now, the large size of chart that we are now creating. Now, what is the size of the chart? How will it emerge? That's a good part about design also. There is no clarity. Only when you start working on it, then clarity will be. Design also we talk about that we always start with ambiguity. Right? But through the process, some clarity will emerge. Lot of time, it's much better to now take it out and start working on the floor and put the seat. Also, critical part is that how do you divide your group? Most of the time you will see that one person will be leader, will say कि आप ये करो, वो करो, ये, and others will be sitting idle. When the fellow is busy, others will be sitting idle. What we are looking at this one is that if we have spent 2 hours, 5 of you have spent 2 hours, means 10 main hours of work has to emerge from there, which is what you have to work it out. So now next 2 hours that you are going to work in creating the chart should be at least that 5 into 2
work over that should okay. And now the chart is more of a mechanical work that you have to do. If you can divide your work, okay, creative things will emerge. But it should be combination of visuals and combination of words. Through your chart, you should be able to tell the story of that person. Right? I think you mentioned about the person's name. What was the name of that person? Child or somebody in your presentation? Deepak, right? So, who is Deepak and what he is doing and where he is staying and living and what are his conditions? Should all that emerge from that chart that you are creating. And you already have collected some visuals and these and things. Like make. All of you clear? Okay. So, we have just started the exercise. Right? Your work starts now. Right? But challenge is, by tomorrow, we want opportunities to come out. Now the opportunities, the reason why these charts are required is otherwise the opportunities are very clear. हाँ हमने देखा है वहाँ पर पोर्टल मिल ठीक नहीं है, हम वो ठीक कर लेंगे. हमने देखा है ये ठीक नहीं है, हम वो ठीक कर लेंगे. These are not right sort of opportunities. Opportunities are some creative, unique opportunities. Why the portal will is not right. I still remember. Let me tell you one example. We were working with blacksmiths. Right, okay. And then there was a big conference of blacksmiths that happened in one of their engineering college here in South Gujarat. And lot of professors were there and everything. And one of the professors also, he made a very good presentation because for 3 years in engineering college they were developing a furnace kiln. So that for this blacksmiths, their kind of also material will reduce. Right? The efforts also gets reduced. And so the coal that they have to use for 100 rupees, now they can use only 70 rupees. Very good. Everybody said it's very good and everything. Then somebody asked that what is the cost of that kiln? They said 30,000 rupees. So then after that, because there was another designer, he got up. Right? And he asked, how many of you can afford this 30,000 rupees kiln? They can hardly buy a kiln of 1,000 rupees. What's the use of 30,000 rupees kiln? Even though it's good, technology is good and everything, but it's of no use. So we are looking at solution which is something which is practical and using it. Okay. So for that, I think we need to push it further, and for that, best thing is I think creative mind, young mind like your mind, they are the best place to develop creative ideas. Okay. And if you can develop and find out these opportunities, that why the porter wheel is not good. And otherwise somebody can say, you can buy another porter wheel. But no, that's not the solution. There will be other issues and you can't find it out from there. Okay? So that is what we all have to do it today. Are you all clear?